Coming through around 14,000 pounds, depending on how you build her. The big, beautiful North Point 377 opposing rear living slide, awesome mid-bunk loft bonus room beauty, whatever you want to call it. Completely facelifted in and out here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Coming to you actually from the Sands Expo Center in Las Vegas, where we're getting to sail this for the first time. I was so excited. I am so glad I brought my camera because this is awesome. North Point's been an amazing product, but it looks so much like a Pinnacle that way too often, whether it was customers or even my own sales staff, they would describe it as just not a Pinnacle. But that's most certainly not how it looks today. If you look at them side by side, they have such a unique identity, whether it's inside, outside, upside down. There is a clear dividing line of what separates one from the other. And it's not that one's better than the other, it's that they're each really focused and purpose-built for their own clients. And that's the first time I've really felt like that's ever been the case. And I am so excited to see this, but wait till you see inside. And boy, ladies and gentlemen, did they listen to you. I can't count how many times I had people asking, can I get the Eagle farmhouse decor in a North Point? But not just a North Point. They would always say, in the 377 RLBH. Well, yeah, now you can. They have two decors. They have the modern farmhouse and then one called Cashmere Cottage. And I don't know which one I like better. I think they are both gorgeous in different ways. If I had to, me personally, I think I'd lean this direction toward the farmhouse, because the point of a mid-bunk is actually not the middle bunkhouse, but the rear living room. And it gives it that massive look and feeling. But you can't tell me that doesn't look good either. This Cashmere Cottage decor looks absolutely fantastic. So I don't really care how you build your North Point. I don't care what colors you put into it. Their team did such a dynamite job of giving them just incredibly contrasting looks, but both of which have that really upscale sort of feel. It just really depends, I guess, on your personal preferences, because I don't really think either of them is wrong. But all the important stuff is still here. You can see that you still have that direct facing entertainment center. But look at this power theater recliner with that folding, kind of optional use center console. It's there if you want it, gone if you don't. But very similar, it's like a variant of what you might find in a seismic toy hauler. The whole seat back can flip down if you want to, the middle section. So if you're bigger and maybe you're a little bit bigger around the hips, you can fold this up and have a huge seating area, but it folds down when you want it. You've got yourself a couple extra cup holders right there, and then you can pop this little guy. We've got charging ports right there where you don't have to worry about cords getting tangled. Although, if you look at the side of your power theater recliner, you can see USB plugs on there as well. Now, another neat thing, you find this in Eagle and North Point and all kinds of stuff now, are these wireless control systems. And you can get a whole mess of remotes for those things. And so if you want to control your ceiling lights, your slides, your awning or whatever, you can do all of that right there from those remotes, remotely. Now, this is just going to be a quick flyby video because I am in a live display. And if you have specific questions, definitely don't hesitate to ask our team, because I cannot possibly do one of my full, in-depth video tours on something like a North Point or a Pinnacle in the very limited time and battery power that I have remaining. Another update on these that I love, first of all, I love those door side windows, but going to that legless dinette, look at this over here. We go to that 2+2 chair arrangement, and what I kind of call a diesel pusher dinette. So those chairs are there when you want them, they're gone when you don't, and very similar to what you saw. Well, I mean, exactly like you saw in the Eagle farmhouse decor. It has this sort of like antiqued kind of feeling. It feels like maybe Grandpa's, well, farmhouse, as the name implies. Now, over here you see this tag that says patent pending, that blue thing right there. This has like a separate fresh water system with its own pump and its own filtration system. So if you don't like the water that's at a campground, you always have clean, fresh drinking water available. Now, the North Point is very much like, I think it almost sells it short to call it an Eagle Plus, but that makes a lot of sense because Eagle is so smart, so sharp. But if you compare this to something like a 357 Eagle, it's everything in here is a little bit bigger. The ceiling, a little bit taller. The cabinets, a little bit bigger. The refrigerator, 50% larger. You step up to a North Point, we start to get these 18 cubic foot gas and electric traveling friendly refrigerators. And that is a welcome feature. But the little touches, They're like, hey, there's a big blank wall right there. And they're like, put a beautiful clock on it. Do a thing to it. Don't just ignore it. And the inclusion of things like these Maxxair vent fans for airflow, who doesn't like those? I've never met a person who's like, I hate Maxxair vent fans. Now, that being said, because I am kind of a smart aleck and I have an awesome set of viewers, I guarantee someone's going to say, well, I don't like Maxxair vent fans now. So the 377 here, it's massively popular at Jayco RV, and I think largely because of what they did here in this middle room. They were one of the first manufacturers of what's commonly called a middle bunkhouse to make it more than just a middle bunk. If you want this to be an office, you want this to be a second living room, or if you do want to open this, folding sleeper sofa here, and you have that folding bunk above with their easy one-hand lift and lock system and their 300-pound rated single bunk right there, you can do that. So this room can really become and do anything. Now, something else I love about this is that I'm tall. I talk about that in a lot of my videos, but you can see I can walk around normally in here, and this is something that so many middle bunk rooms have failed to do in the past, and these guys killed it. Floating upstairs, we see this loft area here. Now, what's neat about this is if you think about it, you've got a trifold hide-a-bed in the back, you've got that front master king bedroom, optional king as it were, and then you've got the loft here in the middle bed. You've got 4 separated sleeping zones in a middle bunk room floor plan like this, if it has a loft. I think that's a very cool thing. So if you have a bunch of teenage kids who need their own independent private space, middle bunk rooms are awesome for that, because in a few years they may not be camping with you anymore, and you can always turn this into attic storage. Now, very similar to Eagles. Like Eagle, if you go farmhouse or American tradition, the bedroom and the bathroom always stay the same. You're only changing the living and bunk areas. And that's the true same here in North Point. Whether it's farmhouse or cashmere cottage, the bathroom and the bedroom will always look like you're seeing here today. But like I said, easiest way to think about North Point is it's an Eagle plus. Eagle is rock solid. It's not like Eagle's just not a North Point. Eagle straight rocks pound for pound, one of the best fifth wheels I've ever seen. And North Point goes, you know what? We can take that, we can springboard off that, and we can do just a little bit more. And that's what this is. You see bigger storage, you see upgraded shower, adjustable hardware. You see, different countertop things in here. Everything in here is just a touch above. Like the vaulted ceiling adds that extra sense of space and depth and character. Those awesome looking paneled sliding privacy door or wardrobe doors there. I love all this stuff. You know, optional king bed here. That's probably, and remember, this isn't one that we have at Haylett RV. I'm in a display. This is just what one of these can look like. But optional king bed, second air, bedroom TV right here, and of course, you're all washer dryer prep for stackable. And that's one of the other main differences between an Eagle and a North Point. North Points are going to be stackable washer dryer ready versus an Eagle that'll be combo-matic. But you see up here, they did one of the smartest things ever. Like my family, Mr. Haylett is my father, in case you weren't aware. He and my mother, they're fifth wheel RVers. And my mom can pack an RV. I love that these are motionless, by the way. Well, if it's one long hanging rod, she will overload that sucker. And it's nice that they gave us a second rod, but they put a center partition into it, which really doesn't cause you to lose any sort of storage. And there's still like shoe storage or dresser storage behind that. But you can go bananas loading that sucker up, and you will never overload those shorter rods. Now outside here, of course, we have the 4 steps. And, that just makes coming and going easy, those 4-step stable steps. And look at the location of those speakers. Down here, under the awning, by your camp kitchen area. And they do a tremendous camp kitchen on this. That Capital Grill that pulls out, you've got good counter space there. And they put a not just like the college kid dorm size fridge in here, they put a bigger fridge in the outside kitchen. So that, in conjunction with the 18 point whatever cubic foot storage you have in that refrigerator inside, it gives this thing well over 20 cubic foot of storage space. It's awesome. Right here's a good look at the optional outside TV you can put in the pass-through of this thing right here. But this is also a little peek at that separate fresh water system. You know, like you can go to the Culligan store and you can get one of those big 5-gallon jugs. That's basically what it is. You can tap this thing right into one of those and have, like, you know, filtered water available literally on tap anytime you want it right there in your kitchen. So whether it's cooking, whether it's just drinking or whatever. So we already talked about how this thing has such a separate identity from everything else at Jayco, or frankly everything else in the industry. It has a great look, and that lighter skin is really going to knock down a lot of the heat in the summertime. Not to mention their insulation package and double airs and all that. This was always a good warm weather camper anyway. The 5-star handling package is still there, the MotorRide pin box suspension, the upgraded suspension shackles to give you a smoother ride, because this is a big old Betty, isn't it? And we want that extra, you know, cushion. But they've made a massive change on these. Jayco had... Oh my gosh, I've been doing so much recording. My memory card gave out. I had no memory left, so I just switched over to my phone here. I'm sure the audio is not great. I don't have any of my phone mic stuff. I didn't expect the updates to be this great at Jayco. I didn't expect to be doing this much recording. I just brought my camera on a whim, but good gravy, does this look amazing. So what I was saying, Jayco has always been electric leveling, and they have just transitioned over to hydraulic leveling. Now the question is, why did they take that long? Because historically they never did it, because the hydraulic leveling systems in the RV industry did not do well in the cold. And something like a big North Point like this, it is a cold rated camper. Well, what good does a leveling system do if it can't operate in the cold? Well, Jayco sourced around, and there's a new supplier of a new system that's using a different fluid that won't freeze up, won't gel up. So you're not going to amp out your hydraulic leveling system. So we are now getting hydraulic automatic leveling in our Jaycos, and I think that's a really cool upgrade because they did it right. Now up top here, I can talk all about Magnum Truss Xl6 stuff from Jayco and how they have the heaviest built and rated roof in the towable RV industry, and that's all good stuff. But one thing I really wanted to show you is the optional Overlander solar package over here. It's a couple $100, but it's very affordable for what you're getting. It's a 190 watt panel, and this goes down, the option package includes the solar panel as well as the charge controller. And what this is gonna let us do is keep our lights on longer, fans on longer. It can help be a little bit of a battery tender, avoid some phantom load issues. And I'm telling you, I don't care if you're a park camper or a dry camper, this is a really neat thing to consider here. I don't know that everyone in every region is going to prefer it, and obviously there's a lot of different floor plans built for a lot of different intentions, but I know that there's going to be some people, especially dry campers, who are just going to be singing hallelujah here. So as you can see, there's a lot going on. They're getting set up for the big gala dinner here, and I'm right next to all of it, and I'm standing on a fifth wheel, and everybody thinks I'm crazy like I'm talking to myself, and I hope that this is turning out well. I was so excited. I'm like, I just got to record anything that I can. So, you know, if you appreciate the extra time and effort that we're putting in here at Haylett RV, give us a call. I don't care where you live. These things are on wheels, whether, you know, it gets rolled from Michigan to Nevada or Michigan to Michigan or to Maine or whatever. I don't care if you live in Timbuktu. We can make it happen. And now, the bad news, we don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else. So whether it's hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer, package deals, RV delivery, and everything between, we do it all. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.